Okay, we're in the Venetian right now, so was it Thursday evening? Thursday about 6:30. So we're gonna walk into a food court area and just kind of see what the food court looks like. But before we walk in, I'll just kind of show you what this looks like. Okay, stay tuned. We'll go towards the food court next. Chiquinha, chiquinha, toma cuidado da polvilhinha, chiquinha. Here we are on a Thursday. It's part of the Venetian. Thursday evening, there's quite a few people around. We're gonna angle towards the food court, so we're just gonna walk in a little bit. And I believe the food court is directly straight ahead. I think it's down that way, or is it? Maybe we have to go down a little bit. So we're just gonna angle slightly. But at least you get a little bit of a taste of what the Venetian looks like. You can see also from all of the, let's just kind of walk up towards here. See all the gondolas. And we're gonna be aiming towards the food court soon. Lots of people throw money in there, so you can see lots of coins. Kind of shiny coins all the way throughout. Okay, so we're gonna keep on walking through. Look at all those gondolas there. Yeah, I promise you this is gonna be a food court one, but looks like we're gonna be doing a little bit of walking first. We will get to the food court, but at least you get to see a little bit of the decoration, the decor. Nice little deer there too. Okay. You get to see more of the Venetian than I thought. Actually, but the other part where we started this video at, it was kind of near the Four Seasons, which is like in between Londoner, Venetian, and Parisian. So I felt like that was more people, and now we're kind of not so many people around here. More gondolas. But you know, strangely, these casinos are quite quiet in the evenings. The shopping areas. Even when it was really busy, I'd see tour groups coming through, of course, and there it can be quite loud and busy. Okay, we're gonna go towards the food court now. Another little opening up lobby. There's lots of parts of the Venetian that I haven't really shown on video. I was thinking there's all these, I usually bypass a lot of the details because I live here and I see it all the time, so I don't really have the same, I've walked by these so many times that I don't always think about it. So if you really want to see a certain part of the casino, just let me know. Like maybe the food court or a certain floor, the third floor, second floor. Maybe you've watched other videos of the casinos in Macau and you're kind of curious about the food courts and such. And then this is the food court right here. And just kind of let me know if there's something that you really want to see. I think today we're going to go this way around. And one of the things you're going to notice is that this is all in Chinese, right? So they basically target towards the Chinese market. There's a little bit of English, of course, but a lot of people think that it's international casinos. They're really not. They're really focused on the mainland Chinese audience. They don't really target towards foreign audience really at all. And just a case in point, you'll see most of these will be no Western foods really. So here's a Thai, which is great. That's nice and international. Foreigners will like that for sure. Here's another, this is a Japanese one, predominantly in Chinese. A little bit of English translations for them as well. Honeymoon dessert. So that's like basically China market. This is totally China market, Wu Fang Chai. And if you're curious what foods they might have here, looks like that. This stuff is kind of popular. There's a lot of this is definitely dim sum. Okay, so here's a Singaporean one. So again, it'll be like the Chinese, you know, like this is something you'll see everywhere in Macau. These kind of stuff everywhere, right? So so it's a Singapore style, but still predominantly for a Chinese market from mainland China. This one is a Macanese food, so this would be a fusion between Portugal and China, which is very regional Macau kind of stuff. So this would be the exotic one for the Chinese market when they come to Macau and they want to try, you know, something that's like still, you know, like this one right here, the pasta with meat. It's kind of a very fusion style, right? So this one would be, oh, here's some other pictures too. So this would be what people think of when they think of like vegetarian fried rice. Oh, that's the vegetarian. This is the spaghetti. So you have different stuff like that. That one's pretty tasty actually. This is really good too. Baked pork chop and rice. So, hello, how are you? So yeah, this is the Macanese one, and this is everywhere. It's called Ucastizo. So we're gonna keep on walking around. So this goes back into the shopping mall area again. So far you can see a Singaporean one, a Thai one, 3 or 4 Chinese ones, right? So that's kind of the market. Let me show you this again. You see all these seats, there's none and 2 because of the COVID era. So maybe you'll see that throughout. You'll see half the seats are taken out. So you'll see that everywhere, right? So the COVID area is back again, and if it ever really left. Lan Chao noodles, again, another Chinese one. Sun Mo Yi, another Chinese one. So as you can see, they don't really have any interest in the foreign market. You won't find like pizzas in here, McDonald's. Well, you'll find McDonald's, it's everywhere, but you won't find like anything interesting. Not in this casino anyways. Sichuan, very tasty, really spicy, really good. There's some hot peppers there. Hot curry, Japanese one. That looks really good right there. Just fruit juice. You can get some apples, oranges, things like that. Taiwanese, so this one is Taiwanese beef noodles. Let's take a look at this real quick. So those are all Taiwanese foods. Okay. Okay, so again, Taiwanese is again kind of for the Chinese, you know, Taiwan and Singapore have all the Chinese influence you can imagine. Treasure Lake, again, mostly Chinese. So yeah, like if you're trying to find, a lot of it is kind of, it's really good. Yeah, you'll see kind of the same stuff in almost all of them. So it'll be like a Singapore or Taiwan, but it'll be the same kind of foods. I mean, there'll be some variation, and it'll mean a lot to the Chinese taste. But if you're from another country, it'll be, there's Korean food, which is nice to see. So there's always like Hunan, another Chinese one. Clay Pot King, another Chinese one. So that's all. You got Macau beer right there. So that's, I like that one always. Barbecue King. So you have barbecue in here. So yeah, as you can see, let me just kind of take a look around here. So that's basically, so we're basically on our home stretch, and this one is also predominantly Chinese food. Wonton noodle, predominantly Chinese again. This one looks a little bit different than the other ones. Wonton. Spicy boy, again Chinese as well. Okay. Beef #1, again Chinese one again. So you can see the audience, the target audience is 100%, 99% Chinese and what Chinese would like. So they might like a Korean food, especially since there's Koreans in China anyways. Large Korean communities. Here's a Vietnamese one. Again, Chinese, like that'll be the foreign food to them, the Vietnamese, the Korean, and the Japanese, and then the Taiwanese and the Singaporean too. But they're predominantly, you know, if you're a Westerner coming in, you won't really see, you're not going to find like a slice of pizza or like a roast beef chili sandwich or whatever. And actually when you go into the casinos too, it's predominantly Chinese games, baccarat, and pretty high stakes. Most things are pretty high stakes. It's not like Las Vegas where they charge you like $1 tables and things like that. So they're not really interested in that kind of stuff at all here. And as you can see, the audience is predominantly built for mainland Chinese and their interest and their taste. So I hope someday it'll change, but I don't see it anytime soon. And I think at the moment it's basically casinos with food courts and games that target the mainland Chinese audience. But maybe it'll change. Londoner is basically the big exception. So I noticed at Londoner, they actually have a couple Western places, Shake Shack, and when you go to London, it's really, really busy. So a lot of Macau people who are used to more international things, and they're used to Hong Kong, they'll flood those areas and they'll be completely packed. But so I think Londoner might be the one casino in here that targets. There's also a Cheesecake Factory in there too, so they got a couple like, you know, like modern stuff. They don't have the 1950s McDonald's that you'd find here, you know, kind of stuff from 70 years ago, things like that. If they have a Western thing, they'll find something like that, McDonald's. But anyways, other than that, casino of Venetian is amazing. It's definitely one of my favorite casinos, but it's not somewhere I would go to get food at. There are some good high stakes restaurants in here, like good quality restaurants in these ones. They're very expensive if you go to them. But if you just want a quick meal that's not targeting the Chinese mainland taste, you probably won't find it here. So, but anyways, that's Venetian. So you got a little taste of the food court and some gondolas as well. So hope you like that video. And we're gonna end it right here. Beautiful beautiful place. That's one of my favorite casinos. I just wish they had like a little bit other things that catered towards the non-mainland Chinese audience. Okay. Watch this. Okay, so we'll end it right there.